Hey guys, welcome to the fourth episode of our docu-series, which is the post-production episode and my absolute favorite because it involves editing the film. And there's a lot that goes into it, like sound design, Foley sound, automated dialogue replacement, otherwise known as ADR. Now, Foley sound is what we call ambient sound, where when you see people walking in a film or drinking something or opening a car door, all of that sound is added in after the film is made. And Austin on our team, he specializes in that and it's very fascinating. So he will come in and talk about that later, as well as automated dialogue replacement. And I will let him tell you about ADR because honestly, that is not my area of expertise. My area of expertise is actually editing the film, putting the film in order the way it's supposed to go, and showing you the completed product. So come with me and let's get that started.
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I will be editing films and walk you through the basic process and what I use. I use Adobe Premiere Pro. It is one of the industry standard software for video editing professionals in the film industry. So we're going to start a new project and we're going to just name it Test. So this is your timeline. This is where you will be editing your videos. I'm going to explain these two to you in a minute. And this is where you import your footage. But the first thing I'm going to do is go to this little folder and create a bin. I'm going to name it Footage. This is where obviously I will put all of our shots that we took. And this one I'm going to name Music, should we use any type of music in the film. And another one I'm going to name Graphics, for the graphics we will use in the film. So for music, graphics, we're going to go to downloads and we're going to go ahead and grab these two guys because there are graphics for Around the Reel. And then we are going to go to footage. See, I'm going to bring in one you've already seen, which is the screenwriting tutorial. Okay, so we've got our footage that we want to edit, and now we want to do our music. So find the music. Here, we'll use some of Carlos Estella stuff that I have a license for. All right. So first things first, I want to go ahead and put my graphic on there. So as you can see, I just grabbed it and I drug it straight to the timeline and it shows up. And when you put it on the timeline, it shows up right up here. This is where you can see what you're editing, as you can hear. So I'm going to go back and what I want to do is add some transitions so it doesn't abruptly hit you in the face. And it's a tad long for me, so I can either scrub it like that or I can use my blade tool and cut it. Just delete that excess footage. And let's add some more transitions. So we have our logo. And I actually want the logo to be a little bigger at first. So I'm going to come over to Effect Controls right up here. And then I'm going to go to Motion and Scale. So I'm going to scale it up just a tad bit. And let's see what that looks like now. Okay. So now that we've got the graphics for that out of the way, let's go to our footage. And now the footage, when you click on it, shows up over here. You can either grab the whole thing and drag it down here just like that, or you can choose bits and pieces to edit from up here. But I chose to drag the whole thing. And again, I'm going to do some transitions. And you can also make your timeline, your volume and video bigger just by dragging up like this, and that helps a lot. So hey guys, I am here to show you. So one thing that I already noticed is the video. If you can see, it doesn't fully fit the screen, so we're going to go back to Effects Control, and we've got this highlighted. Again, we're going to scale. Let's scale it up, and let's see how that works once I get into it. Hey guys, I am here to show you. And you see this pause right here? we can actually cut that out using the blade tool. There we go. We'll delete that. So basically that, just seeing the little cuts and edits that I did, that's basically how you edit a film. And I'm obviously using the audio that I had recorded, which can also be edited. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of what it's like just to cut and edit out specific parts. And let's say we want to add some music to the film. So it might be a little loud at first, but just to see. And we don't need music to this, so let's... Several different like screenplay Warner Brothers, they have stage plays, they have all kinds of stuff. You can have music underlined. I use BBC screenplay format. But in this case, we don't need that. And I hope that that gives you the basics of how to edit a film.
Let's talk about audio. Audio is one of the most important and often one of the most overlooked aspects of filmmaking, partially because it's not visual. And when you think of filmmaking, you think of visual storytelling. At least I do. However, audio is one of the most important aspects because people are far more likely to watch a video with bad quality video but really good audio quality than they are to watch a video that's really great video quality but bad audio. Now, for our film work, there's not a single bit of audio that was actually captured on set. Everything was recorded after the fact. Now, the reason we decided to do this is because we didn't have enough crew members to have someone actually focus on recording the audio there on set. Typically, I'd say if you have the option, make sure you record the audio on set or as much as possible. However, you are always going to need to have some additional audio, additional sound effects to be recorded afterwards. Let me take you through the process of how I ended up recording all the different sounds that I used for work. So, first off, when I got the rough cut of work, I sat down and I watched it, and I took notes of all the different sounds that I would need to record. I wrote them all down right here. So once I had my list, I made notes of which sounds I've maybe recorded before for other different film projects that I've worked on, and which sounds that I was going to need to record for this specific project. And once I had all that laid out, I grabbed my Tascam DR40, a microphone, and I went out and I started recording different sounds. The car doors opening and closing, the car starting up, the car door unlocking, all the different footsteps, whether on grass or on pavement, the falling down, all the different sounds that you might hear. And then I brought it all together, placing the sounds where they needed to go, leveling it up, fading the footsteps in and out as you're getting closer and further away, and just all around trying to make it sound as natural as possible. And that's just a basic overview of Foley and how you might get all the different sounds you need for your film. Alright, so let's talk about ADR. ADR initially stood for Automated Dialogue Replacement, but in more recent years has been referred to as Additional Dialogue Recording. Basically, what ADR is recording dialogue after the fact in studio. So there's multiple different reasons that you might want to use ADR. First off, you might not be able to get clean audio on set. There might be construction happening, or there might be someone mowing their lawn, or there might be a number of different reasons why you can't get clean audio on set. And so you can record that audio later. If you can't get your mic close enough to your actors without getting it into the shot, that's another reason you might want to go and ADR it later. Or maybe you want to add dialogue that you did not get on set. You can ADR it in later. It also can be very useful if for some reason your audio is messed up and you didn't realize it. And this is the case of what happened on work. The audio that we ended up capturing on set unfortunately had some digital feedback that rendered the audio basically unusable. So what do you do in that situation? Well, you can either get all your cast and crew back together to refilm everything, or you can just ADR it. Now, what I will say is it is best to try to capture as much audio on set as possible. ADR should always be your last resort. However, it can be very useful and effective if used correctly. Now, what actually goes into recording ADR? Basically, your actors are going to come in, they're going to watch the footage of what they did on set and try to re-record it as closely as possible. So, let me show you how I've actually set up this ADR session so you can kind of get a feel of how to do it yourself. So here we are in DaVinci Resolve. This is my ADR session that I have all set up right here. This is just the rough audio straight from the camera and the onboard microphone from the camera there.
Hey! I was finishing.
It's all real rough.
Right now, just finishing a few things up.
Not really great sound quality there. This is why we are ADR. We're recording over top of that. So the first thing I did to set up the ADR session here is I broke all the dialogue up into manageable sections for my actor to record his lines here, and you can see all those sections right down here. I then have them all numbered, labeled, and the dialogue itself written out right down in here. And so then once that was all set up and I had everything set up, it's very simple to record. Basically, all you have to do is select the line you want to record, and then you can listen to it. And as you can see, it counts down to when you say the line, and then that's when you record the line, then it'll stop. Let's do that again. 3, 2, 1.
Sure. What do you want me to pick up?
Right. And then I would let the actor listen to that a couple times. Once he kind of has the feel for how he wants to record that, then I would hit the record button right here. It would record it, and I'd run through that a couple of times. I can then, once you have several takes, as you see here, I would list which one I thought was best. I would rate them with these stars here. And then later, I would go in and I'd piece and I'd make sure that that audio lines up as much as possible with the lip sync that's going on. And as you can see here, this is the dialogue that has been recorded down here. So if I mute that, unmute the re-recorded dialogue, and we can listen to it real quick here. Here we go.
Hey, sweetie.
As you can hear, it is all nicely cleaned up in studio, and then I'd take that audio there and I try to add a little bit of reverb in there and make it sound like it was captured outside rather than inside a studio. So, yep, that's basically the ADR session.
I've just got to finish this one last thing. Because the first part, kind of, I draw that out, and then the end of it, I kind of draw it out a little bit. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I
Just got to finish this one last thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like 5 and 1.
I've just got to finish this one last thing. Oh. I've just got to finish this one last thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I've just got to finish this one last thing.
Yeah. And that was just a real quick overview on ADR and why it's useful in filmmaking.
Hey everybody, there was a lot of interesting stuff in the post-production episode, and I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you learned a lot. And most importantly, if you are interested at all in helping us do any of the things mentioned, please do not hesitate to call us, to message us on Facebook, to email us, reach out to us, get in touch with us, and let us know, hey, I want to be involved with Around the Reel, because we would love to have you. So please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you.